What's goody, everybody? It's full-time trip. We are back in the building. Arsenal 2, Bayer Leverkusen 0 at the Emirates Stadium. We are through 3-1 on aggregate into the next round, the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Woo! Oh, that feels good. That feels nice right there, man. Good performance. And you could just feel that momentum. It felt like something just clicked from that Everton game and just carried through here. This was good stuff. This was a really good all-round performance. Again, my name is Full-Time Trip. Hope y'all doing well. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Take a deep breath. Just, you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness, we just whooped that ass right there. So crazy. Eberechi Eze, Young, all these people small hooping. I can't wait to talk about it. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Really professional performance. I am thoroughly happy with what I saw. Not only from an execution standpoint, but a game management standpoint, an intent standpoint, imposing your will standpoints. I've been going on and on about that. I am thoroughly happy with that performance. That felt good. That felt damn good. Oh man, from the lineup that was brought out to the execution again in the moments to moments, from individuals, from the dynamics and pods, from the whole team effort. Everything was clicking in the right direction during this game, and I'm a fan. I appreciate that. Man, that's what we wanted to see. That's what we wanted to see. Really tough game in the first leg, obviously. Leverkusen adjusted very well organized team. And real quick, I do want to give them the credit. Because they are a very well organized team. They were tough to break down. They broke quickly. They had some really dangerous players in Maza, in Kofane, Grimaldo, obviously, of course. Andrich was honestly a good option on set pieces as well, just being again a dangerous outlet in that regard, in that respect. But in a game where it was going to be rough and tumble, they were going to try and adjust, probably again press a little bit more aggressively if stuff didn't go their way, break quickly and block up, or in a very compact and organized way. They had a lot of tools to weather the storm, and it was up to us to impose our will, to turn the screw and make things happen, so we keep them on the back foot. We again just exert pressure on them and make things happen. And that's damn well what we did throughout that 90 minutes. I'm so happy with that performance from total levels, from all levels, essentially. I'm going to be very honest. Looking at some of the stats here, we didn't have the lion's share of possession, which I wasn't too mad about because we made the most of our touches there. 20 shots, 13 on target, outshot them 20-10, 2x their shots, and 6.5x their shots on target, 13-2, I think. Basically, and again, we had less fouls, we had no yellow cards. Again, really great discipline. Off the corners, we were trying to make them pay, didn't pay dividends there, but still made some dangerous things happen in those situations, and just kept pushing the screw. The continuous efforts and the continuous looks, the continuous attempts to impose their will, take shots, be brave, that exuded through the team. And it took Blažević to make some blinders of some saves to keep the score from only being 2-0. We could have scored 3 in the first half. We could have scored 2 or 3 in the second, for sure, without question. So from, again, just application standpoint, that's wonderful. Big ups to Arteta as well. I thought he got the game plan right. I'm super happy to see Ben White's fit enough to start. And one thing that people have been pointing out, and I agree with as well, online and on Twitter and everything like that, that the fullback balance is, again, it's the same kind of principle with the forward balance that we've seen beforehand. If you want somebody that can connect play like a Ben White or a Calafiori, the opposite and alternate, again, fullback, the opposite side, has to be complementary to those things. So seeing Ben White on the right hand side connecting play, being a little bit more fluid in his positioning, unlocking some of the passing combinations with him, again, connecting with Gyökeres and many times and again, making things happen across the pitch. Even Trossard, who comes to drop deep from the other side, making those connections and being a bit more fluid in play, while Hincapié, again, folds in. He might be a little bit more central. He might drive forward at times, but he's going to be the more hard, rough and tumble fullback that's going to get stuck in the challenges. Make sure he finds his way across that back line to settle in and to make things as difficult for opposition as possible. And it's that balance. If there's a Calafiori, there likely needs to be a Timber. If there's a Ben White, there likely needs to be an Hincapié. and that balance is consistent with how we would, or at least how I would want to see a lot of forward lineups with Bukayo Saka or maybe like an Eze. I think Bukayo Saka and Trossard is like pretty balanced in controls, but I would rather like maybe a Bukayo Saka on the left, a Madueke on the right, or Bukayo Saka on the right. What's it called? Martinelli on the left hand side, and then maybe a Havertz in the middle. With some of the runner profiles. Again, it's just a balance of profile that I liked a lot about this game, and giving again the interconnectivity a lot more of a stable ground to thrive in. And I think that balance of profiles really helps, and I thought we got it right today. We definitely got it right today. So wonderful stuff from that point. Good on Arteta for those dynamics, setting up that again, just the game plan there. Lovely stuff. Again, the team execution, team level. How many duels won? How many dominant displays? Every time the ball went long, we had 1 or 2 in support, ready to go. It just felt brave from top to bottom in the defensive duels, in progressing the ball, in taking shots. Everything felt brave, and that's what I'm happy about in this performance. They moved with the confidence, and I felt like they moved with the confidence that they were going to score, they were going to make things happen, they were going to consistently pester, damage, hurt, and probe against Bayer Leverkusen. And I think that showed out very, very well across the 90 minutes, in my opinion. Showed out very consistently. From an individual level, there are so many people that we could talk about, we could big up, give some shout outs to. I'll be really quick. I don't want to make this video too long, but before I get to all super standouts, one, Bukayo Saka probably didn't have the most potent attacking game in terms of final actions and final shots. I'd say specifically final shots, because in terms of like final passing and stuff like that, I thought he had some really good decisions. We're just unlucky against a very, very game goalkeeper in Blažević. He was just saving everything in that first half. And I think Bukayo Saka had a lot of good looks from that display. I want it to be better. I think there's some potency in his final action, especially in his shooting, that just isn't there yet. It's not returned to him. But the work rate was much better. His touches were much better. The interconnectivity and interplay was there compared to the last leg. Good stuff, better from him. Not the best of the bunch, but still a better effort overall. I mean, shoot, everywhere else, dog, I have nothing but positives to say about most everything else in this game. I mean, Trossard, we missed when his touch is on and when his effort is on top level and he's running for every last thing. This is where we see that other Trossard that we know carried us in that first half of the season. That really put in effort and work to keep us afloat in that first half of the season. Him dropping deep, again, to receive the ball, to add an extra number in the build-up or skew on one side and overload and connect, that's super helpful. And again, that's another thing that we've missed in parts, to be more fluid, to be more, again, just flowing when we get into attack mode and get into certain positions. We missed that, and that was a welcome sight to see, to get back and again, exert more just effective possession when we had those moments, catching them off kilter, catching somebody out of position, pulling defenders in different areas or creating those gaps. And good things happened from it multiple times between him and Saka, especially when they had chances. So shout outs to him. Victor Gyökeres, I thought, put in a great shift. I thought he put in a really, really solid shift. I think that was probably the most connected he was into dropping deep, linking up play, holding up the ball was pretty decent. I think I might have seen some games where he held the ball up better, but I thought today was a really good all-round performance from him as well, where he was, again, pushing with the ball, running at the defense, making good final action passes, really creating chances. It was a really good all-rounder performance, probably one of his best in the Arsenal shirt, in my opinion. Eberechi Eze, I'll get back to him. I said his name too early, but we'll come back to it, I promise. We'll come back. Let me see. Ben White obviously missed his interplay. I said a little bit about him as well. Ben White, wow. What he offers from a positional standpoint and from just an attacking now standpoint is so potent. We missed it so much. The way it enables everybody on that right-hand side to be more dangerous in an attacking sense is so missed. It's so missed. While Timber is a defensive guru and a very, very solid, like, he's one of the best defenders. He's the best. I honestly, I still think he's the best fullback defender at the club. Not on form, but just overall, because I think he's so good in so many areas. But where the attacking potency comes from that fullback position, I think Ben White still has the keys to the kingdom on the claim of being the best in attacking situations as a fullback. Maybe outside of Calafiori. Maybe Calafiori might have it too, honestly, because he has the X factor. But understanding positionally how to enable everybody else and just the understanding in his head, I think Ben White still holds the key to that. I think Ben White still holds the goal, in my opinion. He showed a lot of that today. So wonderful to him. Declan Rice and Zubimendi had some really, really great games. Both of them were solid. They won damn near every duel. So proactive, especially Zubimendi. Declan Rice, I'll give him his credit in a second, but Zubimendi was very, very vertical. Much more brave in a lot of his touches, and was not afraid to get that ball pumping and pushing, man. Taking, again, a bigger touch, opening his stride up, getting the ball out to Gyökeres in the channel, making things happen. He looked a lot more assured than he has been in past games. I don't know if it was rest. I don't know if it was something else, but he looked solid. Declan Rice, Hooper. What are we doing here? What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? That is player of the season form. Defensively, damn near everywhere. Running through the ball, running through the channels, making the right passes, decisions. Offensively, contributing with goals. I don't even need to say too much about him. We know this already. Declan Rice is such a wonder, a joy to have. And whatever contract talks that we talking about, extend that now. Put that money on his desk now. Put it on his desk. Deal or no deal. Howie Mandel, put the case on him right now. Do it. What a player. What a player. Speaking of players, man, Piero Hincapié. I thought if goals didn't go in throughout probably like the first half, Hincapié would have been my player of the match so far in that first half. What he does defensively, what he does offering just the doggedness in defense, the hard yards, the running, but particularly his reading of the game, and especially in help defense situations where he knows if Gabriel's one-on-one, somebody could get the better of him or whatever, he collapses in because the ball's not going to go out wide, and he knows he can recover and track to that if he needs to. I've seen multiple times really smart recovery runs to help his fellow defender and get something into where he can support, he can slow them down, and it stops the attack in their tracks. How many times a fast break happened and Leverkusen got up the pitch, and whether it was him or Gabriel or him and Saliba kind of switching and swapping or whatever, what have you, the combinations of 2 or 3 of them at a time forced Leverkusen to pass back, forced them to go backwards, forced them to reset. And that just goes to show the absolute just focus and quality and smarts this guy has. Hincapié, wonderful. Gabriel, the same exact thing. Wonderful. Again, just marking of Christian Kofane. Really good stuff. I think he won like 10 or 11 of his duels, like 7 or 8 of his aerial ones or something like that. I can't remember the exact numbers, but he won the majority of the duels that were up on offer. Like, what else? You know what I'm saying? Like, Saliba the same way. Like, our defense is ridiculous. They're committed to keeping us afloat and keeping us clean as a whistle in terms of defensive records and not conceding any goals. And also, to that point, David Raya, you are a savant, my good sir. How many saves, how many nonstop crazy saves do you have to make for people to recognize you as that guy? I don't care if you're not 6'7". I don't care. I don't care if you're not that, bro. What you lack in the extra few inches to be 6'7" in height, you make up for and be one of the best damn keepers I've ever seen put on an Arsenal shirt, period. The agility, the smarts, the focus, cross-claiming, distribution, whatever you want to do, he's good at it. What are we talking about here? He's absolutely fantastic. Fantastic keeper, point blank, period. Shout out to the subs that came on as well. I thought all the subs, they put in a solid shift. I mean, Norgard, Martinelli, Kai, Mazel Skelly minutes, love that. Mascara. I think everybody did some box standard job there. But my player of the match, really quickly, Eberechi Eze. You want to talk about imposing your will? You want to talk about imposing your will? That's what that looks like. That's what that looks like. And Crystal Palace fans, y'all was saying it, bro. When March comes around, when the snow starts to melt, when the trees start to grow again and the heat comes back, Eberechi Eze's form hits another level. This man is in sage mode. He's in tune with the earth. He has to be in tune with the earth or something like that. I don't know. But this guy, wow. Bravery, boldness, responsibility, impetus. This guy epitomized all of those things throughout that 90 minutes. Dropping deep to receive the ball, passing through lines, showing, fighting for duels, running after the ball, picking up, recovering. He was everywhere. He was doing everything. And on top of that, he was putting the finishing touches to force and create moments. That strike. Blood of my blood. What an absolute finish. For your first Champions League goal, to do something like that. That look. I'm not saying it was exactly. I remember, again, the Bayer joint from 07 and a little Thierry joint. Again, Thierry took it off like fully in the air. You know, a touch went down. But if it looked like in that ballpark, just the turn, bang. You know, I know, you know what I'm saying? One went far post. This one went near post. But, dog, the technique, the purity of strike, the kick ball hard trait. Can you kick the ball hard and sweet? Oh my goodness. I miss that so much. And to see it consistently, to know somebody in the squad can do that consistently and at will, that is a game changer. That is a moment maker. That is star quality and magic moment making that is coming in clutch and needs to continue to show up in this business end of the season. Simple and plain. He's doing all the base work even more and more. He's clicking in a midfield respect, which I still feel on the fence about a little bit, but he's proving me wrong to say, hey, listen, I can work through the midfield. While Odegaard's not here, I can work through these midfield problems. I can be a problem for wherever I'm at. He's proven that. And that's the biggest just positive superlative I can give the squad. Players like Eberechi Eze that can be known for one thing, that can do one thing, and they have this reputation about them or whatever, they can exceed that in this environment. They can go beyond that, plus ultra in this environment. And they can make the sum be more than its parts. And that's what I can say about this performance. The sum felt more than its parts. Everything was interlocking from an individual level, which led to the team dynamics, which led from the tactical level. Everything just felt more than the sum of its parts. You know what I'm saying? The collective felt supercharged by all the efforts of the individuals just sinking into one. And that and the Everton game, I hope are statements and I hope are galvanizers to keep that intentionality and keep that impetus to impose your will across the season. Games will be different, context will be different, but that same spirit to impose your will, the belief and confidence that you're going to win every game, that needs to be the through line that started at Everton and continues to the rest of the season to get us to where we need to be. Game by game, but damn it, that was a good performance. And let me know what you thought about the game in the comment section below. The goals, performances, Arteta's performance, the next round versus Sporting. Thank goodness we don't got to be on AstroTurf in the cold in the North Pole versus Bodo Glimt. But still, Sporting, a lot of storylines behind that. Let me know. Comment section below. And with that being said, I'm going to get out y'all hair. But my name is Full-Time Trip. That is all the time that I got. And until next time, which will be Carabao Cup final on Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to live stream that. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. But until then, y'all later, man. See you, watch. Peace.